everyone, Vicky back today. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. It's more about skincare, yes, because it's very important. It's your face and we care about our faces and keeping our skin healthy. So a little bit of background with me. I have very sensitive skin. You can see fair, sensitive skin. I do have oily skin. I do have rosacea skin. Yes, the trifecta of fantastic going on. And you know, it's kind of difficult to deal with sometimes because, especially with rosacea, oh, it's so frustrating. I didn't always have rosacea. When I was in high school and my early 20s, my skin was very different. You know, it was perfect. I rarely got blemishes. Every once in a while, I get one big cystic like pimple that would come up, and I was like, oh my God, it would happen 3 or 4 times a year, and I was devastated. And there was these poor other kids who were going through a lot worse skin problems than me. But when you're a teenager, you're like, yeah, everything's magnified, trust me. And I was no different. And then when I was, you know, about 21, 22, I noticed little bumps coming up, and I used to have just peaches and cream skin. And it slowly progressed into rosacea. You know, I didn't know what it was at first, let it be. It would come and go. And then I finally went to a dermatologist and they were like, you have rosacea. And rosacea basically is a genetic thing a lot of times. And it tends to go for more fair skin, though I have seen it on people who have darker complexions too. So it does happen. And that's kind of where I got it from, was from my father. And, you know, he has darker complexion. So it's like, you never know. So it is genetic, and that's where I picked it up. Not from my mom, who's a redhead with really light skin. I mean, her skin's perfect. I'm like, what? Yeah, okay, Dad, thanks. So that's what ended up happening with me. So I have to be very careful when I use products. If you have rosacea, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so about 6 months ago, I ended up using a product that really messed up my skin. It really made my face just bad, flushed, red, bumps. It just irritated it to the point where it was just really bad. And it was a combination. It was a skin cream, and then I used this wipe. It was supposed to be a gentle wipe to take your makeup off, and it just destroyed my face. It burned it. I threw that stuff out. It's something at Ulta. I can put it to the side. I don't want to bash it because it could just be for me, but it had grapefruit extract, and they were like, this is for sensitive skin. It's not. And it just destroyed my skin. So I needed to change my game a little bit to work on the rosacea. And so there are 3 products that I've been using that have been working for me, and so I kind of wanted to do a video on it. And what works for me may not work for you, and that's the thing with rosacea. Certain products will work really well for some people and it won't for others, but here's a few suggestions. And let me tell you, my skin is not 100%. You know, it isn't, and I'm still looking for products. So if you have rosacea and you have any ideas for stuff that's worked for you, please let me know, because I also, for cleaning purposes and things, I've been using Korean products and they've been working really well. But these are the 3 items that have been really just kind of changing the game and knocked it down by a good 60 to 70% of the red on my face. So there's that 30% that I need help with. I will be honest, I have used Finacea and the other one, I know the name of it, Metrogel, and neither of them really worked for me. I actually find that the prescription drugs do absolutely nothing. They do nothing. So that's what I found for me. You may have a different experience, but it's just a lot of money for something that does absolutely nothing. So I no longer use them. But so this is not a full regime. These are just 3 products that I really love. So the first one is, after I wipe my makeup off, I like to do a mask about 2 times a week. Well, sometimes I do masks 3 times a week, and none of them that I use have actually hurt my skin. But this one is actually from the Body Shop, and it is tea tree oil, and it is just an awesome mask. It's very moisturizing. It lays really nicely. It goes on. It's a little bit patchy, but you build it up and it goes on really well. Now, when I first tried this, it made me nervous, and the reason is because it tingles. And I was like, oh no. Because when you feel that tingle and you have sensitive skin, you're scared to remove that mask because you're afraid to see the damage that happened. And that was me. I was like, oh no. The whole time it was tingling. It tingled for like 5 minutes and then it stopped, and I was just terrified to take it off. But I did, And when I did, my skin was glowy. My skin, the redness was like cut down. Now this is what it looks like. It is like a green color, and it does have a strong medicinal scent to it. Very strong. It's tea tree oil. So if you don't like strong scents around your nose, this may not work for you because it is extremely strong. It takes a good 5 minutes for it to dissipate once it dries, for the smell to go away. I don't like the smell of tea tree oil. I can't stand it. But I do feel that this works well enough that I can deal with it. Because for rosacea, for a lot of people, people find that the healing properties of tea tree oil actually helps. And there is this idea that it kills, like if rosacea is caused by these little gnats that basically are skin-eating things in your skin, you can do some research on this. The tea tree oil, because it's an astringent, kills these guys and stops the cycle of them from setting the eggs in your face and them rehatching, and then over time it stops the cycle because it basically kills them. I know, gross, right? You know, there's still some science out on this. They don't really know what causes rosacea, but this is a theory that's pretty strong, and a lot of people stand by it. And a lot of people online have not cured, but you can never really cure rosacea, but it stopped the rosacea and made it a lot more manageable by using tea tree. And I will say, when I use this mask, it stops the redness. It really does. I've tried the tea tree thing, and honestly, the tea tree oil on my face, and I don't feel that it stopped it. It didn't work for me, but it does work for some people. But I feel that this mask is just fantastic. It's just so moisturizing. It does go on a little bit patchy, but you build it up like any mask. I mean, it's a liquid mask, not liquid, but you know, it's thin. So you apply it, and once you have it on, it just works so well. Yes, the smell's a little overwhelming, but this thing has been a game changer for me. I almost want to try the whole line because it's just fantastic. So the next item, they're kind of like, one's kind of like a moisturizer, and one of them is more of kind of, it is moisturizing, but it's more of just calming the skin. So I'll get to that in a second. This is La Roche Posay, and this is the Double Repair Moisturizer. Yes. Now I got this for free in a beauty box. It actually was a small sample. I used it and I really loved what it did. So I ended up picking up 2 bottles of this because I was so impressed with the formula. Now this does not have a strong scent to it. Very slight, if anything. And it just, I'll show you right here. It's just a regular white cream. Smells good. I think I got it on my nose. Absorbs really well. And it's not oily. That's what I like about it, is it's not this oily mess, because I have naturally oily skin. Oof, like really oily skin. And it just absorbs in nicely, and once it's on, it's almost like more of a watery texture. It's thick, but it's not overly thick. It's kind of in between, and it just absorbs beautifully, and it doesn't leave this strong oily film on your skin, which I love. I've never had any problems with it. It does not break me out. Even now, it just goes in so smoothly. It just adds this gorgeous moisture to your skin without the greasy effect. And it doesn't have a strong smell to it. It doesn't have dyes in it. It's just so gentle. What I will say is that the bottle is like huge, but the reality is they probably only fill it halfway. So it's very wasteful packaging. I'm just going to flat out say it. And you're all excited going, yeah, look at all this product. It's only filled to about there. Yeah, I mean, I just wish companies would just look. It's cool. I don't care if I get half this. Just put it into, I like the container because I'm not dipping my finger in it, but it's just, you're not fooling me, guys. I could feel the air in there. But, I mean, even still, I think it was only $18 or $19, which is a steal for this company. And honestly, a little goes a long way, so I don't care. It just lays so beautifully. It calms the skin. I use this in summer. I've used it in summer, and I've used it in winter. If you have dry skin, this may not be moisturizing enough. I'm going to flat out say it. So I think this would work better for combination skin and definitely oily skin. I love this. I can use it during the winter. It's fantastic. But if you know, even with combination skin, it may not be enough until summertime. You may really like this in summertime because you have the natural moisture of the air, depending if you're living in that kind of environment. But it's just nice. But during the winter, you know, especially if you have dry skin, this is going to be a no-go for you. You may need a couple things to get the relief that you're looking for. Now the last item, and like I said, these are just the 3 items that helped me over the last 6 months that I absolutely love. These were game changers, but I still have rosacea flares, and I'm still looking for that 30% to knock it out for the most part. The last one is from Klair's, and it's the Midnight Calming Cream, and it's a Korean product. I love Korean products. I would say 70% of the products I use are Korean. I absolutely love them. But, so this, I still have the box. I keep things in boxes. I don't know why. Part of it is because the packaging was kind of interesting with this. Now it's small, and I think this is $29. I will put it to the side. So you get a bottle like this, and what I like about it is it's put into this dark container, and this is glass, and so it keeps it stabilized. I cannot pronounce the name of these flowers, so I will put them to the side, but there is a blue, I'll put the description and things of what explains this product, but there's a flower that has like a blue extract, and what it does is it's known for its calming properties, and this is very popular type of thing in Korea, where they'll use very natural products to put onto the face, and they like to keep it natural, you know, because a lot of Koreans, some of the best skincare in the world, they're not going to put crap on their face. Now, there are some companies that put out some stuff that's chock full of alcohol, and I'm like, what? And not the good kind, which surprises me, but for the most part, you know, the Korean skincare beauty regime does not have damaging products in it, and this is one of them. This is actually really gentle, changed things in a big way for me. It really did. Now, I will say the packaging is a little bit flimsy. It's interesting. It just keeps breaking. Like one side fell and then a part of it broke off, but then since then, just twisting it and using it, it just keeps breaking off. So then I kept this part on there to keep it moist. I hate that word, but to keep it moist, and it's breaking. It keeps breaking, but it's still moisturized. It's still in there. So it goes in there really deeply, which you can see. It has a light kind of floral scent to it, very, very light. I never even realized it did when I put it on at all. It's really quite beautiful, but you can see it's this bluish type cream. Now they have a spoon that you use. You're not supposed to use your finger, and I lost it. So I've been digging in there like an animal with my fingers, but I do it after I've showered, so it's clean. But it has this cute little spoon. You dip it in there, pull it out. I have recently washed my hands. I'm very careful with that. But this is what the cream looks like. So there you go. It's just this beautiful blue color, but it doesn't stay like that. And you put it in, and it just a little goes a long way. And that's what I love about it. Yes, it is $29. Yes, it is in a very small bottle, and some people are going to go, 29 bucks for that? But I think I got this off Soko Glam. There's actually a few places that sell it, but Soko Glam is the main one that I order from, and they do have sales. So you can usually, not usually, but sometimes get this 20% off. So that makes it a little bit more palatable. But you do have to buy a certain minimum for it to be free shipping. But I just feel like this has been a game changer. It really has. I mean, this is awesome for just keeping the skin moisturized. But these 2 items specifically have just changed my skin game. They really have. So yes, I am really happy with these products. Like I said, it only helped about 70%. I still have that 30% to go. So if you have any ideas about what works for you, I would love to hear. Because again, what works for some people doesn't work for others. But give it a try until you find that regime that works at keeping that rosacea at bay. But yeah, this one honestly for me is just a total game changer. I use it all the time. The Klair's is just so wonderful. It absorbs completely into your skin. You can see that, and it doesn't leave a blue cast. Like you can say, oh, it's leaving a blue cast, which is changing the color, but it stops some of the bumps that comes up. It does take a little bit of time. It does work the first day or 2, but just slightly. It's something that you're going to have to work for a while. It doesn't happen overnight, so you know it's going to take a couple weeks, but it really does work. It works really well under makeup for me. But again, it's one of those products that if you have dry skin, this is not going to keep you moisturized. It's just not. So take that into consideration. You're going to need to put this on underneath and then use a heavy duty cream under it to make it work. Same thing if you have combination skin. This does work for me. Like in the summer, I found that this works really well just by itself. It does for me. I use this. It's enough. But that may not be the case for you who have dry skin. So just know this isn't necessarily moisturizing as much as it is calming. I mean, it does moisturize, but just it isn't heavy duty. So if you have dry or combo skin, you may need something else to go with this, but it's just absolutely wonderful. And during the winter, I don't like to wear too much moisturizer when I'm going out, which I probably should during the day, but this absorbs really quickly. It doesn't lay on the skin, and the makeup goes over it beautifully. So for me, this is just like, it truly is. And then this from the Body Shop, the Tea Tree Mask. I love this thing. I use it twice a week, and it's just been such a game changer as well. And this guy's absolutely wonderful too. But I think I could trade this in for something else and bring in other regimes, which is what I plan on. Regimes. Well, yeah, beauty regimes. I'm all thinking like the Perone's hair or something. Anyway, but it's just, you know, you can bring in something else. And I do want to try another skincare line. There's a couple that I want to try out, like I did with my like 45 days of Juice Beauty. But no matter what I do, whatever regime I bring in, skin regime, I will never get rid of this. This is my go-to. It is always the first thing that I lay down after like the toner and the essence. This is it. So this will always be part of it, and this mask as well. So as far as the rest of what goes on with the skin regime, that's completely different, but these two will always be in play. Because if they work so well, why would I get rid of them? But honestly, these three products, huge shout out. They've made a big difference, and I'm ready to get rid of that last 30%. So let me know what products work for you. Have you used any of these? What products have worked for you? What hasn't? Because I know Tea Tree, everybody was really like, yay, like actually putting it under your skin, and it just didn't do that well for me, and it was a very pure brand, but it just, you know, not everything works for everybody. But let me know, because I'm curious, because I am definitely out there to try it. Let me know what worked for you. These are what have been working for me sort of right now. 70% baby, can't complain. So until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.